Hi everybody, Mike Denny here, formerly the PC Doctor in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And wow, I've had a really terrible morning of unboxing two other products. I've recently ordered 3 nano wireless receivers from Amazon. And the 2 from Bolsey, I'm going to return these suckers. They both said that they were plug and play, Windows plug and play compatible, and they absolutely weren't. So this is my third and last unboxing and review of the day. This one being for the little Edimax 150 megabits per second wireless nano USB adapter. It doesn't say, there's nothing in the indication in the description indicating that it's 300 or dual band, or even plug and play, as I recall. But it does say, I do remember it saying that it might be Raspberry Pi compatible and Linux, so that's something that might be a keeper, even if it's the other things don't work out. This is something that people who are hobbyists might enjoy. And if it works with the Raspberry Pi, there's even a small chance that it might work with other devices that you might have laying around the house, like even an old Xbox or something like that, especially if you hack that Xbox. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I think people who do that ought to be buried in a pit of boiling oil. Seriously, no. But anyway, we'll see how this one works out. And again, this is an unboxing and review of the Edimax EW-7811Un. Why do they call it that? Okay, like I needed a break or an edit. First thing I noticed in the unboxing is, interestingly, there's surprise, there's nothing up top, and then there's your device, which just fell out. Well, you can tell it's a genuine unboxing the first time I did it. There, that explains the small box size comparatively, and that's highly justifiable, by the way. But it also does make you wonder what the heck was in there. So here's the actual device that I possibly just broke. I'm going to plug and play, and we're going to see if it does plug and play. I'm not expecting it to, but it sure would be nice. Or if Windows even, yeah, Windows sees it really quickly. This is a far cry already from the Bolsey devices. And Windows appears to be, wow, Windows has just found and installed the device drivers, and here I am making a video of that, so you're going to see that a number of times, but there it is. It's ready to use already. Now this device, maybe not dual band, but this could definitely be a keeper, because we didn't need this, you know? We didn't need a disk, and the other devices were really hard to install. The disk, one of the disks wasn't even burned correctly. So I'm going to go down, and the next part will be a screenshot here. And here you see that it did actually plug and play, and it was quick about it too. It was less than 5 seconds later the driver had automatically self-installed, so that's great. Okay, after the driver installed, it was fairly easy, the usual way to connect to my Wi-Fi, and I was up and running on the internet in about 15 seconds flat. And of course that's Windows, not the Edimax. So according to its Amazon ad, the device does actually a little bit better than plug and forget it. It plugs and plays. Pretty nice, and the fact that it's available for Windows and might even support other devices is great too. Simple and sweet. So to end my reviews of for all the devices, the nano receivers or the USB wireless receivers that I bought from Amazon, between the 3 devices, 2 made by Bolsey and 1 made by Edimax, even though the Bolseys advertise or indicate, well, they advertise 300 megabits per second here, oops, there we go, and the 300 megabits per second back here on the other one, those are both false. They're not going to give you that, and neither one was plug and play, even though that was clearly indicated in the Amazon ad. And as far as the little Edimax, I was very happy with it. Not only was it the tiniest of the 3, living up to its promise, hopefully, to still be the world's smallest, it's also plug and play. the only one that was truly plug and play, and ironically it's the only one that did not indicate so in the Amazon ad. I am going to send the Bolsa devices back and kind of get on Amazon a little bit about that, because even though I'm not a Prime member, that's actually precisely why. I could have afforded Prime because I'm a Netflix subscriber a couple years ago, especially once they started including streaming videos on Amazon, and I just chose not to because they're kind of degrading, in my opinion, back to the way eBay was, or was quite a little while ago, about 5 years ago. Not quite as bad as eBay was when they first came out, though, right, fellas? Anyway, my pick of the three is going to be the Edimax. It seems to be the hobbyist choice because it works with the Raspberry Pi. No telling what it won't work with, right? And the plug and play, you can just toss the disc it comes with, unless you do need it for the other devices. Really quick, easy, short and simple. I'm going to read a little bit of the book, but this is more like a little flyer than anything else. I don't like anything about the Bolsa. I was really disappointed with those devices, and alternately, I was very happy with the Edimax device. And keep in mind, it's super tiny. I'll pull it and show you here in just a second. But well, you saw it when I opened it. I'm getting 5 bars, whereas this device in particular was disappointed and a waste of an antenna, because I was getting 2 bars before adding the antenna, and only got 5 bars once I installed that ridiculous antenna. Now, I'm at a set distance from my router downstairs in a room upstairs. I'm about 50 feet from my router. I'm actually only 25 feet in a direct line that will go through the floor from my router. And no telling, if I took the laptop 50 feet further, I may get more range out of the device with the antenna. But I was overall so unhappy with the devices, I'm not going to fool with them again. Especially the fact that I may feel like installing them on other devices in the future. I'm just going to use what I get back from Amazon, or trade them out for the Edimax, because plug and play, you can't really beat that. And the other devices promising or indicating 300 megabits per second, not even being dual band, the Edimax gives you that for the same price, or gives you the same speed, not dual band, but the same speeds as the other devices falsely advertised. They're all upfront about it, and the plug and play. Overall, it's always going to be that back to the plug and play, and the fact that it doesn't need an antenna. This device is the size of is deep as half of the thickness of my index fingernail, and that's not very deep at all. Actually, I'm just going to unplug it and show you. This device right here is giving me 5 bars at like 50 feet. And I want to plug it right back in, and it plugs right back in, and I want to see how quickly I go back online. And probably, I'm already going back online. The Bolsa devices were a lot more problematic about just installing the driver. My computer locked up once or twice. This is surely a good indicator that the Edimax will not do that. The plug and play compatibility, and the fact that it's so quick and easy to install. So the fact that it just reinstalled and I'm already back online, yeah. So hands down, the Edimax device over the Bolsa, what have yous, and that's my reviews for the day. I'm glad that I finished it with the Edimax, because I finished it on a happy note. You know, how often can you say you did that? So overall, good device, and I recommend people buy it, especially at the price I got. It was $8.99. Shipping was free on orders of more than $35. That Amazon deal. So overall, a good product, and I highly recommend the average consumer look into buying it, especially if you're a hobbyist whose interest might include devices that are not Windows, but also might be more interesting if you added USB-based Wi-Fi adapters to it. Of course, at this point, I'm recommending that based on the ease of it, the easy experience I had with the self-install on Windows. So you might, if you're truly a Raspberry Pi enthusiast, you might want to look up the Amazon reviews and search through them for the term Raspberry Pi. And as for the other devices I spoke of, no kidding, Xbox modders who are using, who are using the hack to make it home media system, that might be someone might actually also be able to use this device. I'm going to be interested in looking into it, so you might as well.